What's up guys, good morning. I'm going to be meeting Alex here shortly and we are flying to Belize. I'm excited to take y'all with me. This is my first time in Belize, so it should be fun. And I'm really looking forward to it. Let's go. We made it. Alright guys, so we made it to our lodge. We're at Sweet Songs, which is just a little ways out of San Ignacio. Our shuttle driver actually let us stop in town to book some stuff for tomorrow. We're doing the ATM cave tour and then Zuntunik right after. So it's going to be a pretty crazy day, like 6:30 to 6 o'clock. It's going to be about almost a 12-hour full day. But we're at our spot. And this house is insane. I think it's the biggest one in the resort. But yeah, let me show you. It's pretty sweet. So obviously, first on the outside, we got the big porch, the hammock, and it is a wraparound. Ooh. Hello, hello. So there's two like guest beds, I suppose, considering the size, but a really big kitchen, which I wasn't expecting, and a very nice big bathroom, which leads to the master bedroom, which is also pretty freaking big. So pretty stoked about this spot, and I think we're gonna just unpack a bit and then go eat dinner and probably early to bed because we've got a crazy day tomorrow.
Got a big day ahead of us.
Yeah, so we'll check in with y'all in a bit, but yeah. Cheers. All right, good morning. We are up and gonna go eat breakfast before we get picked up for the ATM tour, and then we're going to Zuntunik right after that, so it's gonna be a pretty full, long day.
It's 5:45 a.m.
Yeah, and I presume we're gonna be done at about this time this evening, so about a 12-hour day, and then I'll try and take it a little more easy tomorrow, but I wanted to get as much in as possible. So we're only here for really 2 full days in San Ignacio, so yeah, we can't film inside the cave. There's very strict rules, but I'll try and get as much footage up until then and afterward as possible. So let's go. Alright, well, we're about to go on the ATM tour. I cannot take you with me, unfortunately, but I will check in with you after and kind of explain the whole situation. Alright guys, so we are back from the cave, and that was honestly like an insane experience. I highly recommend if you come to Belize. I would even recommend coming to Belize specifically for that. It was so cool walking through the caves. It's about 11 kilometers through, and yeah, you get to see like crystallized human remains from like the Mayan period, and there's lots of education on it, so it was really cool to see. And I'm also huge into rock formations and stuff, and seeing the stalactite and stalagmites was pretty incredible as well. Yeah, unfortunately couldn't take you. It's a sensitive area, and there's been damages to some of the artifacts from people recording, dropping camera lenses and things on human skulls and permanently damaging them, so wasn't allowed to bring you, but it was quite the experience. I don't really know how how to describe it fully, but if you've been caving before, you probably will have an idea. But if not, I highly recommend just checking it out. We just finished eating, and now Alex and I are going on to Zanantanich. So we're about to pack up and get back on the road here, I think, in a few minutes. So I think I'll be able to bring you guys for the rest of the trip.
Honduras, Western El Salvador, all of Guatemala, and all of Belize. Those are 5 countries.
Right on.
We have thousands of these Mayan settlements. There's so many.
So they occupied a lot of land.
They had this whole region, which is known as the Maya world, where we find that they shared their important achievements. Now, if you go outside the Maya world, you're gonna find that these people living outside the Maya world, their achievements were different.
Right.
Looking at the writing system, looking at the number system, looking at their gods, and even the architecture, there's differences. Yes, 5 countries, but only Belize and Guatemala were fully occupied.
Whoa.
That's the main goal, to get up there.
That's beautiful.
Right? Shunan to meet.
What does the name mean?
It means Maiden of the Rock,
Okay.
or Stone Lady.
Yeah.
That's what it means. And that name actually comes from local folklore stories, local legends from
Yeah.
before this site actually started being exposed like this by experts.
Right.
We know that this was a jungle, a dense jungle, and people from the nearby communities, they would come up here to hunt or to extract natural resources. And not one, but several persons claim to have seen that spirit going up that, at that time, big mound. Now we
Okay.
know it's actually a big structure.
Right.
So that's what it means.
Okay.
The material you see, the stone blocks, they're all limestone. I mentioned in the cave entrance that limestone is abundant in Belize.
Yeah.
So they would quarry this limestone from the surroundings, then they would chisel it with harder levels of rock,
Yeah.
like flint or obsidian sharp tools. They would, see this? They would chisel it into rectangles, squares.
So even though it's semi-porous, it doesn't like, the building won't lose its structural integrity over
Look at
time? Or?
this. These are smaller blocks,
Yeah.
or smaller rocks,
Mhm.
even in the top, which tells us that this is a filling. Once
Yeah.
upon a time, this was like this,
Right.
right? So through time,
Making repairs?
what eroded was the top portion. Now this stay well preserved because this was covered by this.
Right.
So when experts came and exposed it, they found that the bottom part is usually...
They kind of just buried it in.
Yes, sir. So the limestone is, if you expose it to the elements, they destroy it.
Yeah.
But if you cover it, it preserves well for, I would say, thousands of years. Now to connect...
Like these ones look like fused together almost.
Yeah, they're fused together by the same processed limestone. They would produce a stucco, they would produce a mortar
Yeah.
by applying extreme heat to the limestone, 800, 900 degrees Fahrenheit. Then water,
Yeah.
that would pulverize, that would turn into dust or dirt,
Okay.
powder.
Yeah.
And then that, they would mix it with fibers, with ashes, with shells, broken shells, crushed shells, and they would get this, which they used to connect the stone blocks. And they
Okay.
would use to plaster the walls, and they would use it to plaster the plazas, and they would use it to make art.
Very
So,
cool.
Yes, we're gonna see up on top of that, well, on the sides of that building, that there's some cool depictions of Mayan gods, which they were made out of that stucco as well. It
Okay.
comes from the limestone. Where you were standing, Alexandra, this is a wall, see? Or the remains of a wall. Yeah. Usually walls would mean control, right? Which tells us that access to this private ceremonial space during a specific time period was controlled. We think that this building behind me, its main purpose was to actually demarcate space, separating that public space from this private space.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking during this time period, somewhere between 800 to like 900 AD.
Yeah.
Right? Before that, this was not here. This dates to that time period.
Right.
Same thing with this one. This phase of construction. So when I say phase of construction, I mean that there's other levels inside.
Right.
We call them phases of construction.
So they built over top of existing things over
Yes,
time.
sir.
Okay.
Like looking at an onion that has a layer
Yeah.
on top of layer. This was the last building or last phase of construction dating to that time period, 800, 900. But if you go deeper inside this building, you're gonna find architecture dating to 600 years AD, architecture dating to 500 years AD, and not too long ago they found a platform dating to around 700 years BC.
Wow.
Right? So pre-classic.
Yeah.
Most of the architecture that we see around here dates back to what we call the middle classic to the late classic period.
Okay.
We're talking from somewhere between 500 AD to like 900 AD.
Right.
But that was not the beginning of Shunan Tunich. I mentioned that there's older architecture inside, and closer to the river we actually have a node of the city, Group E, which there's evidence of a settlement there dating back to 1200 years before Christ.
Wow.
Or before Common Era.
Do they know if any of this structure is like buried below ground? Because I'd imagine after all that time, the soil level would change, and
So it's like that. See, on the left hand side, that's the ground.
yeah.
So once this settlement or this city was abandoned, nature came back. I mean, the structure started collapsing, deteriorating, and then of course trees started growing over them, and then generations of trees falling, decomposing, turning into organic material, eventually covering these buildings. So
Wow.
yes, that's how they were
So
found.
then they turn into mountains.
Yes, they turned them into mountains.
Wow.
When they were rediscovered, this city was officially documented in 1891.
Okay.
So more than 100 years ago.
Yeah.
That's when this individual from England by the name of Alfred Maloney properly documented the site. Then after him there has been many other experts. We know that in the 90s, 1991 to 1997, we had the UCLA here. They did a lot of work.
Okay.
Many years of archaeology around here, some good work. 2000, 2004, we had this, this Belizean archaeologist, Dr. Jaime Awe, leading an archaeological project which he named the Tourism Development Project. So they did a lot of restoration, and they stabilized some of the buildings. They used some strategies for us to be allowed to climb these structures without destroying it.
Right.
And yes, we are allowed to climb it all the way to the top. So
That's
it's an
amazing.
ongoing project.
Yeah.
Every summer we get teams from different universities coming to do
Okay.
archaeological work here for
cool.
4 weeks or 6 weeks in the
Very
summer
cool.
months. We've had the University of North Arizona. That's where Dr. Jaime Awe is a
Yeah.
professor. So he brings his students to get that first-hand experience with archaeology. Dr. Jason Yager, he's an anthropologist from this university in Austin, Texas. He's always around here doing his part, helping us with the research.
Very cool.
You see that building there? Looks white. It's because it was recently exposed this last summer, so a few months ago.
Okay.
That's how limestone look when you recently expose it,
Right on.
when you recently work with it.
Yeah.
But then once it's exposed to the elements, it just starts oxidizing, and it
Yeah.
turns dark, like what you see around here. So eventually that's gonna turn to this.
So they're gonna do this other side as well? Or
So this other side has
Yeah.
been done,
it's already
and that
done.
side has oxidized already.
Oh,
That
okay.
side was done, I think, somewhere between 2017 to 2019.
Okay.
And then that next side, which
So
looks
it will
white, was
start to
done
look like
this
that.
summer.
Oh.
And then if you look inside the metal roof, there's more buildings.
Yeah.
What I mentioned earlier with the phases of construction, it's just older buildings down there.
Wow.
And that's protecting that.
Yeah.
Did they do big steps so that they did less of them, or that was just how they did it?
You know
Yeah.
what's interesting with the Maya people is that we are short people. See, I'm not tall, and the ancient Mayans were
Yeah.
shorter than me.
Yeah.
You're talking about 4.5 feet tall,
Wow.
5 feet tall in average.
Okay.
So the steps are huge.
Yeah.
One of our interpretations is that since the buildings were sacred, since the buildings were important structures for them, whosoever climbed them was forced to show reverence.
Right.
So they wouldn't
Okay.
just run over these steps, they would
Yeah.
go probably on their hands and knees.
Yeah.
I see.
Especially here, you see where you see all the doorways,
Yeah.
that long building going from east to west, that's actually what we interpret as the administrative building.
Oh, okay.
There's rooms in there which we interpret that that's where these nobles, administrators resided, and they were the ones in charge of collecting that tribute.
Okay.
Like how today we pay taxes, the same thing the Mayans did. But their tribute was not in the form of cash, money. They paid tribute in the form of agriculture products, food, art, tools, that kind of stuff. Somebody was collecting that and taking it up there to where the king and his family resided.
Okay.
That's what we interpret. So a form of forcing us to show
Yeah.
reverence. There's another interpretation. Looking at the huge steps, they seem to be like bleachers.
Right.
And we do know that these plazas were used to congregate people. You know,
Okay.
people would gather here during important ceremonial events. People would gather here whenever they were to bring their tribute. Or some plazas, more public plazas, we know they were used for market.
Right.
People would gather there for market. But let's say there's an important ceremony happening here. I mean, those steps would function as bleachers where you
Right.
could sit down and watch the event happening.
Cool.
So those are in interpretations looking at the huge steps. Even today they're forcing me to show reverence. But yeah, it would be nice to sit here and watch an event, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Imagine somebody getting decapitated down there. And you're watching. You know, we have evidence of that coming from
Yeah.
that temple.
Oh yeah.
There's two burials there. One contains this remains of an individual. He was found with jade ear flares, some beautifully polychrome ceramics, eccentric flints. We interpret this guy being a king from this site. Now there's another one which was found with 4 skulls, only the skulls. Like the skull we saw in the cave,
Mhm.
flat
Yeah.
forehead, elongated, similar to that.
Okay.
Now, these individuals, they have had a segment of the vertebrae. It seems like they were decapitated.
Yeah.
And experts did their proper analysis, trying to find out who these individuals were.
Yeah.
And they found that they were not consuming the same thing what the rest of skeletal remains found around here were consuming. So we interpret that they were not locals.
Mhm.
We interpret them being high-class individuals, but from somewhere else.
Okay.
More than likely captives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
War. We know that the Mayan people, they were not too peaceful. There's so many records, so many stelas. You see that standing stone there? Those monuments usually would depict important people, and they would have inscriptions on those monuments recording important events in their lives, and in some instances it would be warfare events, conquests, alliances, that kind of stuff. So yeah, they were, I would say, warlike people. each city is considered an independent city-state.
Okay.
They all had their own king, their own dynasty.
Oh.
The rulers would pass their kingship from father to son, from son to son, and
Yeah.
so on. It's a royal lineage, bloodline.
Very.
I thought it was the spirit of the stone lady.
Yeah.
You saw a lady, his nose is broken. Usually the rain god would be depicted with its long nose.
Okay.
We know that as soon as that guy stopped sending them rain, their civilization started to crumble. You know, the problem was not the rain or the gods. The problem was an ecological failure that they had caused themselves due to overpopulation. You see, in Belize today we have somewhere between 450 to 500,000 persons living here. During the classic period of the Maya, we estimate somewhere over 2 million.
Okay, wow.
There's actually more ancient architecture in Belize than modern architecture.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. So yes, overpopulation, overuse of their natural resources, overdevelopment. We think that's what led them to that lack of rainfall. If there's no trees, there's no rain.
Yeah.
Right.
And experts estimate that at least 80% of these trees was not there. So
Wow.
without the trees, that's when the rain cycle fails.
Yeah.
And then that's when they got desperate. Of course, the common folks living out there, because here this was mainly for the elites, the high class people. Shunantunich, population-wise, we estimated to have been somewhere between 10 to 15,000 persons
Wow, that's a
living
lot.
here. So definitely the common folks would come up here and ask their king, their leaders, where's the rain?
Yeah.
They would question them, and then the leaders had to make big decisions. They either go and take away resources from other cities, that creates more frictions, warfares among them, and of course, if that doesn't work, they start praying. They start invoking the rain god,
Yeah.
and looking at this, that the normal rituals were not working. That's when they started offering the ultimate offering, which was actually human beings. And of course, thinking that the rain god lived deep and deep inside the caves,
Yeah.
that's where they started bringing these offerings that we saw earlier.
Yeah.
Right.
in the day. So yeah, desperation, just for the rain god. Now they use him. Yeah, that's modern graffiti.
Oh.
I don't think ancient Maya's
No.
name was Juan.
Yeah, and Owen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
So
sad.
it's sometimes the park rangers, they leave the step ladders here, and people would do.
Oh.
Sadly, right?
Yeah.
People do that all the time. Now look at the arch, the roof. That's their style of roofing.
Yeah.
Two slanted walls connected by a slab of stone at the top.
It's cool.
With this type of arch, they couldn't make wider spaces. You see how narrow this is?
Yeah.
They could build really long, and this type of arch could hold a lot of weight
Mhm.
because the walls are pretty thick, but not too wide. So, in order to make wider spaces, they had to make several arches. Here, 100% sure that there was another arch.
Yeah.
There's a bed here, which tells us that this was also part of this room.
Okay.
The wall is missing, of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
and the roof is missing. This wood was placed here during the tourism development project because the
Oh,
original
okay.
beams were too deteriorated,
Right.
and it wouldn't be safe for us to climb. But yes, they had wooden lintels like that.
Mhm.
Okay.
In some sites, they would leave a portion of the original one so that you can see it. That's what happened at Caracol.
Mhm.
Yes, they either had wooden lintels or lintels made out of stone, some flat rectangular stones, huge, which sometimes they would decorate them with art,
Right.
depictions of important stories and important people. Made it to the top. Look at the monkey. There's a monkey there. It's a spider monkey.
Oh wow. That's the first monkey we've seen.
There we go. He's eating the bread nut. That's the name of that.
Ay, pobrecito, bebé.
So
It looked like
cute.
an animal was torn by an animal or something.
Oh, is he hurt?
You think he recovered or? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, his leg, yeah.
Poor little thing. Oh my god. Now I need a picture. Just a picture.
He wants to eat from your hands?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I want to keep him that way.
yeah. I hope he heals up. So we're walking down to the river right now. Just gonna go for an early morning canoe. It's kind of starting to rain a little bit, but I'm gonna see if we can spot any animals in the trees along the bank. And yeah, it should be fun. This property is pretty huge. It's very nice. The canoe's just right there, and here's the river. We have to go upstream. Can't really even tell which way that is right now. I'm guessing it's to the right. Yep. So cool. So cute. Hello. You're so beautiful.
You having a good day?
Oh yeah. Oh, a little scratchy. Oh yeah. Hello, mister. Tasty? Come on. Come with me. Oh, you're pretty too. See ya. floating down the river. Get away from me. Cool. How's it going? Alright, so we're at the ferry terminal and we're like a few minutes late for our 1:30, so we have to wait till 3.
It wasn't our fault though.
It was our fault. We wanted to stop at a gift shop. So yeah, but yeah, we're just gonna eat and hang out. I guess it's been pouring rain anyway, so I don't think it makes a difference one way or the other. But yeah, we're taking the big water taxi, and yeah, we should get there probably around 4 o'clock. Got some stewed chicken, beans and rice. Enjoy.
Yum.
Yum. Alright, so we're just biking right now. Had to go to the bank. We're gonna do like a spearfishing and snorkeling tour tomorrow, so I had to pull out a bit of cash. But yeah, we're just kind of exploring right now. The roads are pretty bad because they had so much rainfall recently. But yeah, I think we're booking with Mario. He seemed like a pretty good dude. So we're gonna give that a try. But there's a bunch of companies that offer that stuff, so let's maybe gonna take a look at some competitive pricing, but yeah, we'll have to see. And then we're gonna go eat, I guess. Figure out where we're gonna go. But yeah, we got another early morning tomorrow. It's gonna be a full day. But it should be a lot of fun, and then we'll be leaving Saturday morning, so gotta make the most of it.
Hey.
That's so Alright, good morning. We are up going to go eat and get on the boat to go fishing and snorkeling.
Yay.
Hopefully it stays nice like this all day. We will see, but yeah, looking forward to catching some fish and seeing all the wildlife, the marine life, so I'm pretty stoked. This is our first time spearfishing. What do you think?
I'm
Excited?
I'm gonna get more fish than John.
Oh.
I'm the best.
Okay, well, we'll see about that. Dig it every now and then to see if you'll get a hook set. Oh. Yeah. It's a little guy. Good try. I think it's the exact same one.
Let's try to get the little big one, alright? Not a small one.
Nice.
Let's just put it right here.
Twins.
Alright, good. And just put it right in that hole right there. Come on, fishy. Yeah, nothing here.
Oh, look.
Hey. Right on. The little babies are fattening up. Yeah. There we go.
So it started raining right when we had our reservations. We ended up just getting all of our food to go. So we got, let me show you. I actually don't know what it is, but this is our lobster, and two of our fish, more fish.
There's a yellow snapper.
We got coconut rice, garlic bread, more garlic bread, and plantain. And yeah, there's.
It's yellow snapper, red snapper, gray snapper, and silk snapper.
So we got yellow snapper, red snapper, gray snapper, silk snapper, and we got our lobster. So we're gonna eat this now, and then we're probably gonna go to bed because we have our flight tomorrow.
Alright guys, so we're just on a little bike ride. We're leaving today, so we don't really have any plans, but we gotta take the boat back to Belize City and get to the airport. But it's been a blast. I had a lot of fun, and I highly recommend coming and checking out not only San Ignacio but Cape Hawker as well. It's quite a beautiful place, and it gives you a bit of a Caribbean feel in Central America. So I'll catch you guys on the next one.